Good morning YouTube, welcome to another edition of the MCM Outdoor Show. It's a wet, grey and miserable October day, and it's the 28th of October. Halloween's fast approaching, and what a better day to head up to the Pendle Hill area and try a climb at Pendle Hill. I need to go and get a map first because I'm thinking the cloud base is going to be pretty low today, and I've had a little bit of research last night on the net, and there can be some navigational difficulties if you don't know where you're going up there. I've never been up Pendle Hill before, so it's a first for me, and it's obviously the site of the infamous Pendle witch trials and all that history and legend that surrounds that. So it's going to be very interesting, and of course we will be visiting the Pendle Inn for a post-walk pint. Hopefully they've got something interesting on draft there. So without further ado, let's go to the village of Barley in Lancashire and start the walk. Looking down towards Pendle Farm over there, scene of that famous Most Haunted episode, if any of you like that. And you can see just in the base of the cloud there above that patch of fir trees, Pendle Hill, the brooding mass of Pendle Hill rising above the surrounding countryside. The weather's lifting nicely, and this countryside here is spectacular. So let's get to the Pendle Inn now. And there's the first proper views of Pendle Hill. And we've just come up to the summit, just past New Church, and it's turning out to be a lovely day indeed. In comparison to this morning, where it was full of rain and you couldn't see anything. So there it is, the massive of Pendle Hill. So we're going to head down here into the village of Barley, park the car there, get everything we need in the rucksack and set off. This is a great part of Lancashire as well, just for general walking. I think there's a few campsites around here, lots of options for wild camping. What a beautiful part of the countryside, and again only sort of 50 minutes from where I live, so quite lucky indeed in that respect. Okay, here we are at the start of the walk at the Pendle Inn in Barley. As we'll see later on, it's got all its decorations up for Halloween, which is great. If you've got young children or even big children like me, it's really good to come at this time of year and see them enter into the spirit of the season. And here we have all the tables with pumpkins on. Pub's obviously shut at the moment, and they've got the fire going already, which is always a good sign. We're going to head to lower Ogden Reservoir and consult the map from there on in. At any time of year this is a lovely place to come, but again, I mean, you can probably tell now that autumn and winter are my favourite seasons. It's just got a real character about it. This is the village of Barley, really small. There's the Pendle Inn and the Barley Mow, the sort of restaurant, and that's about it. There's a bit of a picnic site and the village hall, but I can imagine living here, if you like that kind of thing, would be really peaceful, and you've got such amazing scenery on your doorstep. So we're going to head up and take a right and head to, I think, the lower Ogden Reservoir, and we'll see where we are on the map and decide the best point to tackle Pendle Hill, which is up over there in the distance. Okay, now is when we start to enter real Blair Witch country. It's got a real eerie feel around these parts as we head up into the distance. Spooky. Let's hope the hen doesn't make an appearance today. Okay, here's the first little bit of ascent up the lane to lower Ogden Reservoir. I've not met another soul yet, which is always good. In fact, there's someone in a red jacket over there. It's probably the ghost of Alice Nutter or Demdike. Quite fascinated by the story of the Pendle Witches. It's a brilliant tale, and you probably know a lot about it. If you don't, you need to know, especially at this time of year. Some lovely autumn colours around again, particularly the set of beech trees. And here we are, Ogden Reservoir, first waypoint. No camping, no fires, no littering, no dog fouling, no boating, no swimming, no breathing, no living, don't do anything. That's the rules for Ogden Reservoir. All the sun and the blue sky seems to have disappeared. It's sort of, as we're getting closer to Pendle Hill, old Demdike and her cronies are trying to stop us reaching our goal, and we can't have that. But you know, in the words of Derek Akora, they're using the collective energies and they're trying to repel me from the summit. So you know, I'm feeling a little bit scared now. Look how dark and grey it's become. Anyway, Matt, if you're watching, how's that over there? Looking for a bit of a stealth hammock camp. Right, it's time for the first map check. Here's the markers on the which way. 41 here, Forest of Bowland and Ribblesdale. And after much faffing around with the map, we are on Lower Ogden Reservoir, just there. I'm going to go to Upper Ogden Reservoir and follow the path across Boar Clough and to the summit of Pendle Hill, which is known as Beacon or Big End, at 577 metres. I tried not to laugh when I said that last one. That lady behind me has just fallen into that cattle grid. I did ask if she was okay, and she told me she was. There was accompanying sound effects. Now look at this, the desolate forest. It really is sort of distinctive landscape, this. It's like something out of a Charlotte Bronte novel. Just a landscape full of adventure. You can see some trees there which have fallen victim to lightning, and there's a mixture. All this obviously man-made pine forests, and then the native deciduous woodland with the birch and the oak. It's really nice, really pleasant. Okay, I presume this is Upper Ogden Reservoir. I'm going to do another quick map check and try and make sure I put us on the path proper up Boar Clough. And while I'm doing that, I just found somewhere nice just to have a little cup of coffee. I brought the MSR Pocket Rocket and I'm going to use it on the BCB Crusader mug. Just try and find a little patch out of the wind here and just fire up a quick cup of coffee and read the map. We're better to have your morning brew. do me. Right, so that was a very pleasant coffee stop. Now we're just heading up a bit of a farm track to Upper Ogden Reservoir, and then we start on the waymarked path onto Boar Clough, and here is Upper Ogden Reservoir. We're now on the southern flanks of Pendle Hill. Right, this is an age-old question which many walkers will ponder. Why does sheep only poo on the path? Does the whole fell or the mountain or the hill, yet, you know, right in the middle of the path, they choose to do that? It's everywhere, just on the path. Go and poo somewhere else. You know, I don't know why they do that. Right, here we have the face of Ogden Clough snaking off up there into the cloud. So, as you can see, this terrain, it's pretty featureless, all the moorland. So, for this type of walk, you're going to need sturdy 3-season or stiff walking boots with a decent Vibram sole, and basic ability to read a map and or compass, because in the mist you will easily become lost, because there's no sort of landmarks as such. So it's just basic hill walking advice. This is one spooky landscape, and when you're on your own, your mind just starts playing tricks. Sure, I've just heard like a witch's cackle or something like that coming from somewhere over there in the bracken. Need the pub immediately. Okay everyone, here's the first views of Boar Clough. The weather's getting steadily worse. The mist is descending and the wind's also picking up. This path isn't great, and there it is, Boar Clough, like a deep cut into the landscape with this stream running down. So it's like something off American Werewolf in London, or the Hounds of the Baskervilles. Stick to the path, don't stray from the path. Probably good advice. Now look at this Boar Clough. The water's heavily stained with the peat in the ground. Look at that. Now, I brought the Trangia, and I've got some locally handmade sausages. So I'm going to find a suitable rock to sit on here out the wind, and just cook up a bit of a late breakfast on the Trangia. We'll get that on film, and then we'll commence the climb up to the summit of Pendle Hill. Okay, let's get this cooking started. Just brought a couple of sausages left over from tea the other night. Very nice they were as well. We've got this handy fuel bottle, prevents any spillages. It's just a secure way of storing your mets. You don't want that coming out all over the show. Just give that a bit of a top up. Never more than 2/3 full. Every single time. Set my hands on fire. Use his hand, hair's gone again. He's done it again. Not exactly a bad thing, right? This handy spray's ideal. Nice and neat. A couple of sprays of that in the pan. And we get our sausages out. Make sure there's no witches sneaking up on us. Some witches' fingers. There we go. Anyway, what a lovely peaceful place to just come for a couple of hours, have a nice walk, cook up some food and just relax. You know, don't forget we've got the Pendle Inn as well, and they've got some lovely real ales on there. They have quite a lot of more houses. I think that's a fairly local brewery to the pub, and if you've got Pendle Witch's Brew on draft, you might have to have a half of that. But the pan's just warming up here, and what surroundings to cook your lunch in. It's handy little pot support. It's really going that burner now. So what am I going to have with these? Absolutely nothing. Just Ormskirk's own pork sausages on their own, cooked fresh in Boar Clough just before Halloween. A seasonal treat. So there we have it. Lovely. For those of you worried about, you know, what you do with all your blackened pans, you know, on a walk like this, just bring a carrier bag, just chuck it in that, tie it off until you get home and wash it. All that from a little tiny stove which packs down into this box. It's the MSR Pocket Rocket. I've got an even smaller one now called the MSR Micro Rocket. Anyway, we're going to have this last brew and crack on because it's 13:02. Here's Beelzebub, Satan's messenger. It's Pan, the mythical mountain goat. I think this goat's leading me. Probably lead me to me death. He's just stopped up there, barred, and he's looking at me now. I know as though I'm meant to follow him. Which way is it? Which way is it? See? Okay, go on. Which way? You show me the way. Where do we go? Which way? Why are you being so rude? Right. I'm not going down there. Whatever. If there's any Labyrinth fans out there, the David Bowie film, remember the Bog of Eternal Stench? and I've just stood in it. It's just peat bog city up here. We're in the mist. Any minute we're going to be attacked and killed by the hound of the Baskervilles, or set upon by the reincarnated Pendle witches. It's gloomy, it's desolate, and it's goddamn scary. Right, behind me is Barley Moor, and we're pushing on to the summit. This landscape is just bleak and featureless. There are some cairns, but again, map and compass, and you're just going to be taking short bearings. Visibility wise at the moment I can still get away with it, but if it closes in much more I'm going to have to resort to full bearing mode. There's literally nothing here. I'm really looking forward to a pint back at the inn. So I have got a map. Well, let's just see what the power of Google Maps does. Get rid of that, put it to satellite, close that down. It says we've got 4G, so it's taking its time to load up. Still waiting, still waiting, still waiting. Right, here we go. Here we are, the blue dot. Clearly approaching the summit plateau. You can see that dot. There's us, and I think here by my thumb is the summit plateau, and then our path back down, hopefully to Barley. So we'll push on and find the best route down, i.e. the quickest route to the pub. Right, finally the two summit cairns are coming into view. Here we go. Do me. Right, wasn't the summit. That's what the low visibility does for you. We're approaching the summit now. There's a group of walkers already here. Right, that is the summit shelter. Need to get down out of this weather now. Conditions are getting worse, and definitely in need of a pint. Now this is the steep face of Pendle Hill. You don't want to wander off there when you're not on the path, but there's quite a steep path, so we're going to lose the height and drop back down to Barley. Okay, here's the path back down to Barley. It's very well laid, and it's a lot easier going than that flaming bog that we've been walking across for the past couple of hours. So I'm going to put the camera away just in case of any slips, because I don't want to smash anything. So when we're on some flatter ground, we'll try and see if the views improve. the southern flanks of Pendle Hill. There's another one off the list. Wanted to do that for a while. I really enjoyed that. It was very atmospheric, especially coming at this time of year with all the local mystery and stuff that surrounds the Pendle witches. So we're just about to get down, heading towards Barley Lane. I'm going to try and find the shortest route back to the pub. This would be great on a road bike, all downhill, nice and flat. What I'm finding annoying as well, which has happened now 3 times, some drivers, not all, seem to spot a walker walking on a road, which I'm entitled to do, and then they try and go as close as they possibly can whilst glaring at you. You know, as though I'm some kind of like alien life. Who am I walking on their road? They're driving on that. Who do I think I am? Yeah, I'll reserve what I'm thinking and keep that in my head. Right, finally we're back down into Barley. Halloween madness has started. Full fancy dress party. So after a brilliant walk, well earned pint. Cheers. Right, that's the end of a great Halloween October walk. It's the first time I've done Pendle Hill, and I can thoroughly recommend that to anyone who's thinking about it. Always pop into the Pendle Inn for a cheeky pint or so afterwards. Thanks for watching this video. If you've got all the way to the end, even better. Big thank you to all our subscribers and anyone thinking about it. Please hit the subscribe button down below, really appreciate it. There's going to be lots more content and lots more videos to come. As always, I'll respond to each and every comment. If you've got any questions about the gear I've used, any routes or anything like that, just ask and I'll answer everyone. So, see you on the next adventure. Over and out.